Why did
Why
you
is it
change it to German?
What? Just keeping it interesting.
Do you speak German?
Nope.
Nice.
By the way, Jim, when you edit this, make sure to keep Tyler's scream.
And welcome to another Shifty Key Podcast. I am Luis, aka Spartan Sloth, and today we have...
Hey, it's me, I'm back from the dead, yay! And if you don't know who me is, you live a sad, sad life.
It's Vic.
And I am also me, like Vic is me, but I am me as in TJ1023. That was a rap. Love it.
But I'm me. That's the problem. But I am me. But yes, Vic is back just so that I can kill her again. But before we get to that, though, we will introduce our best for last, our guest, who is...
It's me. Since everyone else is doing it, bloody hell. Hey, TDBTyler's here, finally. I bet everyone's forgotten who I actually am.
Yeah, I don't know who you are. Can you, please reestablish
I don't know you anymore.
420 Save List, never forget.
You knocked on our TeamSpeak channel, and we're like, who the fuck is this guy? But you know, it's cold outside, so
Like,
we'll let you
we
in.
invited this guy.
Yeah. I mean, I snuck in admittedly, but then Lewis said it would be okay, so I just stayed here.
Yeah, you know. So
This is what happens when we let him make decisions. Strange British people wander into the TeamSpeak lobby.
I'm totally okay
Always.
with British people.
Yeah, what's up with that, man?
yeah,
Yeah,
TJ.
What's
This fucking
against-
racist.
Racist toward British.
God
How
damn it.
dare you?
So
So how about that Canada, eh?
Yeah, how about the Olympics and how horribly out of control it's getting? Did anybody?
It's super out of control.
Yeah, did anybody see that? The group, which I think that their band name is hilarious. It's a band named Pussy Riot, and they were protesting something in Sochi, and the Cossacks showed up and started whipping them off of horseback.
Yeah.
You've never heard of Pussy Riot?
yeah, I was
prior?
gonna say that.
No,
Heard them on the news,
Because
but-
Pussy Riot, they've been protesting the Russian government for God knows how long, and they were thrown in jail a few years back, and they were just released before the Olympics, to kind of be like, yeah, we're actually not that bad of a group of people. And then they threw, I think, one of them back in jail.
after
It's
they
funny.
beat all 5 of them in the public square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the last proper punk band, I reckon, because I can't think of any, band that would go out protesting against something immediately after being released from jail. You would think they would keep their head down for a little while, but nope.
Nah, well, when you strongly believe in something like that, especially with what's going on in Russia, and especially how the gay and lesbian community and the I can never get it right, the LGBT community is being treated over there. I mean, I don't blame them for jumping right back into it. I mean, some things are worth fighting for, and I think that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of bands, you may have noticed last week our intro was slightly different, and so is this week. And this is thanks to Tyler.
I did nothing. I did nothing of the sort. What are you guys accusing me of? What did I do?
And now we're going to whip him. Yay!
Yay! Get your Cossack whips.
Yay!
My God,
So-
if that actually happened and I got fucking whipped at that moment, just from some imaginary thing, I don't know how it would happen, I would be scared and I would be out of this podcast so fucking fast.
Soviet Russia would like to thank you for your podcast submission, and now we beat you.
Oh my God.
The picture I
Pretty
just got
much.
in my head is disturbing. Just all of us sitting there beating Tyler with the whip.
That's the image I had.
That's sad.
Oh, I don't want to be part of this anymore.
That's really sad, but really funny at the same time.
You
No
people
one would
talking
wish me.
about wild, weird sex thing. Oh God.
That's like an incomplete thought.
So are we like having
whipping pretty.
This total incomplete.
are we having some weird like sexual thing? And why am I the only girl then? I feel like there's not enough girl to boy ratio
It's not
for
gay,
this
but
to
it's
happen.
Well, my name's unisex. Pretend I'm a woman.
And not honestly, we all know that TJ is actually a squid, so.
I'm gonna put it to you
I'm
like
not
this.
squid.
I'm the caboose on this train.
Oh my god.
Poor Vic.
Oh, this got weird so
I think
fast.
I think I broke Vic.
you just broke me.
Oh God, that sounds terrible.
No, that's even worse.
That's so much worse.
I'm sorry, but it's really funny.
I broke Vic. Oh my God.
What have you done, Jim?
Oh God.
This is what happens when Vic and I don't talk to each other for 2 weeks.
Save it all for an hour. and a
Just
half.
one big climax? Is that what you're gonna say?
Oh my god.
Oh.
This has just gone downhill so
Can we say
fast.
anything
Oh my
that isn't
God.
sexual at this point?
What's, somebody tell us time to dick. What's that?
My god, it's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
much immediate, wasn't it? After your intro.
4 minutes.
So,
We go straight from Tyler's intro to sex and stuff.
Yeah,
It
that's how it
went
was.
there so fast.
Speaking of other things that are hard, they talked on the Rooster Teeth podcast this week about the hypothetical core of Jupiter. I was trying for something here.
Oh, I hit
Just
Vic
grasping
now.
for straws.
Speaking of things
That's the only other topic I had was talking about
core.
Jupiter.
Tasty.
Oh god. I don't know if I
makes me
should bring
hard.
up this story.
I feel like I'm going to be editing this podcast hardcore.
Hardcore.
But
That one was accidental.
Vic mentioned tasty.
What did I mention? Tasty?
My God, I've never heard
said
Vic say
tasty,
raunchy
man.
things before. This is weird.
This is where it gets weirder. One of my band members in uni got the word tasty tattooed on his ass from another one of my band members.
Oh,
And he put it on Facebook. He's tried to show everyone. It's really disturbing.
So does he walk up to people and he's like, "Hey, everybody, look at my tasty ass"?
No, but like every time we've gone on stage, now someone's yelled out "tasty," and he's just like winked at them and put his thumbs up. He has no shame in it. It's really weird. And now I'm hoping he's not heard this. He'll never find this podcast, I hope.
God, I hope nobody I ever know finds this podcast.
It's always weird when someone you know finds something you've done on the internet. Like, my little sister started following my projects, and I was just like, oh, crap. Like,
Oh no.
I swear.
Didn't know you had a sister.
Yeah, I got a little sister. I have two sisters. One's older than me, though.
Wait,
Sister.
so just before you get worried, how old is your sister?
I'm going to sound like the best brother in the world, but I think...
He doesn't know. Oh my god.
Typical male.
I think she's 14 years old, my youngest.
Yeah, she's old enough to listen to the podcast.
You
True.
bastard.
She's old enough that you should know how old she is.
Yeah, you bitch.
Yeah.
At some
You
point, you
fuck.
must have lived in the same house and known
Oh,
what age
yeah.
she was.
You older brother fuck. What?
How
You-
old am
you-
I?
You're 21.
God
Yeah.
damn it, someone knew.
I knew that too.
Yeah, you did. I was going to be like, hey, you guys are supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to know my age. And then Vic's like, yeah, I know your age.
Yeah.
No
We're
idea.
supposed to be your friends, and your sister's thinking he's supposed to be my brother.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's a vicious circle.
Sorry.
By the way, Tyler sister, if you're listening to this, hello and shout out to you. And you can punch your brother for being a dick.
Yeah.
Also,
I would
turn
like
this
to
off
see her
because
try.
this is an explicit podcast
Ow.
and hard.
Is this like a mythical core about? Because like, isn't Jupiter supposed to be like one gassy planet?
It's not mythical.
No,
Or-
it's not mythical, but it's
It's totally mythical. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. It's a myth.
Jupiter has a core made of rock,
well, they don't know
Yeah,
what
and
it's
it's
made out
surrounded
of.
by
They're-
gas.
Nobody knows what it's made
Understand.
out of. But I was wondering what if the core of Jupiter is just made out of diamond?
Diamonds in the sky.
I don't think so. Well,
I'll
it
tell you
might
what
be,
would
but I doubt
happen. Fucking everyone would be trying to get to Jupiter, like, as quickly as possible.
it. And
Like,
dying
even
in the
though-
process.
Yeah, even though it would be, like, impossible to do anything, you know, there's
There are
going to
much
be one of
easier
you guys
ways.
that's going to try. NASA's
Yeah.
going to be like, yep, priority number one.
No, you're absolutely right. It's 100% impossible to do anything inside of Jupiter's atmosphere.
They tried to.
Yep. Though the
then-
furthest our probe ever got,
If by
the furthest probe we ever sent, like the deepest any of our probes ever got into Jupiter's atmosphere was 0.1% into the atmosphere before the pressure actually crushed the probe.
Yeah, there's no way that any.
Why is that so funny?
Jupiter,
We're sending
Jupiter
probes
is
up
a
in
s-
Jupiter.
Jupiter is a probe trash can. Is
Pretty
pretty much
much.
what you're saying.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, we
Oh,
don't like this
man.
probe anymore. Hey,
That's
Jupiter, want some tasty lunch?
Well, Venus is the same way in a different. Well, I say that it's a probe trash can, but in a different way because Venus's atmosphere is essentially
So
sulfuric
acidic.
It's a
acid.
pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker.
Yeah, I mean it's a pressure cooker, but the atmosphere is pretty much sulfuric acid. I mean,
But I think in the future we would have a better chance to try and land something on Venus than to land something on Jupiter.
well, we have landed stuff on Venus is the thing. We've actually gotten pictures back. Granted, the probes only lasted about 15 seconds before they were essentially disintegrated, but yeah.
So you think
Because-
there's like a flattened tin can shape on the core of Jupiter right now? Somewhere?
Probably.
I would be amazed if there was anything left at all to recover. What I'm curious, I would want to know, because everybody theorizes that the core of Jupiter must be very tiny, but it's very dense. But I'm wondering if, like, a mile deep, there's the surface of Jupiter, and it's just diamond. The whole thing, just because of how dense it is and how much gravity it has.
Well, I just looked
The
up
ultimate
an article
Minecraft world.
from 2009 from Universe Today, and it says that they're not sure that they don't think that Jupiter has a solid core. But this is from 2009, and a lot changes in like 5 years, so
Yeah.
they're just saying that, like, in this article it says there's probably like rock and hydrogen metals in there, but it's not a solid composition of hydrogen and rock.
That made me feel so old when you said that was 2009, 5 years ago. And I was like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
What
Dude,
the fuck?
I graduated high school in 2010, so it's a
Yeah.
little weird. I graduate
Too fast.
college soon. What?
I graduated
Well-
high school in 2 months.
You graduate high
Just-
school in 2 months, you bitch.
Or something.
Wow.
Whenever May is.
May
That's
is
Back
not
in my
2 months.
day.
3 months.
Just so
Jim
you
is
think.
know,
ancient.
throughout this whole conversation about Jupiter and Venus and all that, I've probably thought about, 1,000 different dirty jokes. And I've been laughing to myself all along, so yeah.
You gotta throw them out
Sorry
there.
for not sharing that.
Don't be afraid to derail the podcast. Like a train
Yeah.
full of babies.
Yeah, we
It's not
can.
like
we
that's
can.
happened already.
Every time we get off of a subject involving sexual organs, we can restart the time to dick counter.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
So what was I doing in 2009 since
Dick.
you guys mentioned it? Oh, shut the fuck up. Let's
Oh
see.
my god.
I think I was on, because our high school here has only 3 years. I guess I was in the second year of my high school. Huh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Speaking of me
I'm so
being
much cooler
ancient,
than I was before.
Oh my god. Oh my
Go on.
god.
Oh,
A
your
What have
god.
you
Yeti and a husky mix. This
Oh,
thing
I saw that.
is
What?
the cutest thing ever.
Vic, Linkser didn't happen.
My mom just yelled no.
No, thank you, Mom Muggsy, thank you.
Oh
But
god.
look at it.
Oh my god.
It looks like
Oh.
it has the head of a husky photoshopped on the body of a corgi.
I know, but it's so cute.
It's cute, but It's
When this pulls up for me, if it is not absolutely adorable, I'm gonna disown you.
It is cute.
I think it's
Yeah.
adorable. And they
Well.
do exist. I just Googled them.
Oh my god,
what was that, Jim?
it is adorable.
Everyone
He's
go
like
see it.
so shocked.
Mother of God.
It's a Horgy. I don't think that's a very flattering name, but
It's so cute.
I once met someone named Horgy.
I just
Wait,
I wanted
Googled
to be
well,
named
it was
corgi.
actually
a
her
and-
Hoagie
job.
instead.
I just
Hoagie
Googled
sounds
corgi.
fun.
Oh.
Hey, your mom's a Horgy.
Vic's
Ew.
joking. On a
I
Hoagie.
don't understand how that's a diss, but okay.
Vic,
Because corgis are adorable.
Your face.
God.
Vic is
Calm down.
Vic is choking on cuteness.
Yes, I
I
am.
think Vic is turning to like a super mutant, but out of cuteness. So that's
Yeah, probably.
weird. I wanna hug all the kitty cats,
Oh my
the
god.
pretty dogs.
Pretty much.
That's the sort of thing we have to deal with when it comes to Vic outside of the podcast. She's always doing this,
What?
like yelling maniacally and with a very weird
Deep
voice that
voice?
she wants to, I don't know, lick puppies and stuff.
Oh no.
Okay.
What?
It's
Not
true,
imagery.
you know it.
I'm just
Are
glad
you
that
sure this
earlier...
isn't all happening in your head?
Yeah.
What?
Nah.
I'm just glad that earlier when we were talking about space and all that, and Lewis was having a moment to himself, laughing his ass off. I'm glad that we haven't sent a probe to Uranus because he would not shut the fuck up.
But we have. That's the thing.
Oh my god. That's Alright. You guys, some of you guys have played Mass
losing
Effect 2 before, right? Mass Effect 2?
Yes.
No.
There's an Easter egg in it where you get to fly around, you get to send probes at planets, and you can go to the solar system and you can shoot a probe at Uranus. And that's not it. The first time, the computer says, "Really, Commander?" It's the best
What?
Easter egg
Wow.
of all time.
Of all the, I mean, I'm a massive Mass Effect fan, and I didn't know any of that. I've got to do that now.
Are you kidding me? That's the first thing I did. I'm like, Uranus? I'm probing the shit out of it.
I guess I'm just tired of that stupid joke.
Probing the shit out of this?
We'll probe the shit out of Uranus.
Take all
So
our probes, Uranus. Take it all.
If there is talk that Jupiter has like a giant diamond or something, does this mean that there's probably a lot of fertilizer in Uranus?
A lot of fertilizer?
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Uranus fertilizer shit.
I mean, I'm guessing. I guess you're talking about
Yeah.
composting.
Jeez. Boo. Get off the stage.
Yeah, throw some tomatoes at him.
It was a great joke and you all suck for not laughing.
No, it was a terrible joke, and you suck for telling it.
Terrible.
That joke
know,
was bad, and
I've
you
done-
should feel bad.
I've done worse, made worse jokes. Well, not really. I like my jokes. I'm brilliant.
Someone's got to like
At
him.
least somebody likes them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
One
5
person.
voices in your head like them too.
Do the voices talk back?
Well, yeah, that's.
That's.
Is he dead?
That's. That's.
Well,
The witches in his head are telling him not to finish that sentence.
It's alright. Well.
well, speaking of voices in your head, I had the honor of editing my first podcast last week. I edited. It would have been last week's podcast. Well,
Vice Lewis?
that explains a lot.
Alright, well.
Having
let's
some technical
talking.
difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Anyway.
We're down to 4.
So- You want me to insert the technical difficulty music
Fine. That's
in this
fine.
part?
That's
That's a circus music. That's a circus music.
We are a circus, that's why.
Just edit that and put it in the background for like the moment you started saying technical difficulties and have them two and quietly in the background.
Just
Why I don't
put
sing.
on like a half decibel.
Anyway, so I edited this last week's podcast, and so if it sounded like crap, please send me a message telling me all your hateful things. If it sounded great, please send me a message telling me all your hateful things anyway.
And be sure to copy
And-
Jim on them so he can verbally assault you after the fact, because nobody's allowed to pick on TJ except me.
So,
Aww, that's so
I
cute.
kind of feel the pain of editing podcasts a little bit now, even though I didn't do too much to maybe make the audio sound a little nicer, because I honestly don't entirely know how to do that. I just edited out breaks and things like that. You know,
Feel my
pauses
pain.
in the conversation. I feel your pain and I feel Jim's pain, because it took me, I think, maybe 3 hours to go through an hour of audio just editing out all the pauses. So that was painful.
Oh my God.
About halfway through, I started just looking at the waveforms and listening to another podcast. So I had a lot of voices going on in my head.
So there are witches in
And-
your head.
It was a bad idea. Really bad idea.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. That's the sacrifice that you've got to make as an editor. Hearing
No,
all
not
the
a bad idea
voices.
to edit it. A bad idea to listen to somebody else's podcast while editing a podcast.
Oh yeah. How did you do that?
I was
Yeah,
just
I'm
looking
interested
at the
to hear that.
waveforms, looking for long breaks, and I'd be like, "Oh, edit that, edit that, edit that, edit that, edit that." Blah 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 blah.
Blah blah blah.
I was pretty loopy when I was done.
I can
I
imagine.
actually came on TeamSpeak, and I talked to Nick Gons for a while, and I may have verbally assaulted him a couple times, and then immediately apologized afterwards,
Goodness.
and then went back to verbally
Jeez.
assaulting
No more podcast editing for you.
him. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, I mean,
Shout
I
out to
didn't
Nick
verbally
Gons.
assault him. Like, it's not like I just told. I just realized the button stopped pushing. It's not like I told a
Define
terrible
verbally
person.
assaulting for me as you think it is.
Not a complete verbal assault. I was not completely insulting him. I was just being very aggressive and yelling at him. It was an assault and it was verbal, but it was not mean-spirited.
Wish I'd been there for that. I would love
I
to see
wish I was
TJ get
too.
aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen TJ angry.
You
I
haven't-
have.
You have? I have. Yeah, you've played video games with me.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
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 I do remember being fucking mad at TJ during Happy Wars, like summer, like last year, where I was doing okay at Happy Wars, and I had like a half decent kick-ass character, and you just got in the bird in the middle of one of the maps, and you just kept on fucking just me with it. Every time I would try to get to
Because
the
you
middle,
were the only one I could shoot at. We were pushing your team's shit in at the base.
and I
and
just
you were the-
come out
you were
and
the
you're
only one
already
that could-
looking at me.
Yeah, because you were the only one that could break through our team's lines. And I was
'Cause I
like,
was
oh, here's
awesome.
Tyler again. Oh, look, he's getting on the turret this time. Just gonna wait for this to charge.
Oh,
Oh,
look,
charge.
he's trying
Tyler's
to fly
dead.
over to the side. Not. You just get shot out the sky all the fucking time, and it was just you on the bird the
not
entire
in my
round.
house.
Oh, that Geico commercial with that guy. Not in my house.
Oh my gosh.
What do we say in the face of death? Not today.
Not today.
Oh my gosh, I miss out on so much, like so many TV references recently, because I think my entire days recently has even been dedicated to uni work or my laptop. You know, trying to keep shit together and up to date. It's ridiculous. I don't have any time to watch TV now. That's mean. I barely saw the Super Bowl.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Wait,
at
you
all
watched
either.
the Super Bowl, Tyler?
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I support a team.
Oh, shit.
Which
Hey.
team?
I got knocked out.
Hey, I wasn't talking to you.
What?
Hey,
Hey.
Sorry.
Hey.
I accidentally hit push to talk when I was talking to my mom. Anyway, guess who won the Super Bowl? Guess. Guess.
The New York Giants.
No! They weren't even in it.
Cincinnati Bengals?
No,
I know
they
who
didn't win.
won.
Guess
It was
who
the
won?
Seahawks.
Yeah!
It was the Seahawks. I know. It was everywhere. It's not like it was hard to tell.
Seahawks.
So I have a confession to make about the Super Bowl.
What?
I was kind of playing both sides because I've got Vic here, who's from Seattle, hardcore Seahawks fan, and then I have a friend Nikki, who's from Denver, and so I'm just like chatting both of them at the same time on Snapchat.
You bitch.
And I was like, man, them Seahawks was tearing it up. But I'm sitting there telling Nikki, I'm like, I'm sorry, darling. I was like, they just can't get their offense together. I don't know what's going on.
I will say this. I was really sad about the Super Bowl. Like, it's exciting that we won and everything, and it was really, like, it was a huge deal for the city. But I preferred the Niners game over the Denver game.
Yeah.
Because I know Denver can play well, and they just, like, didn't show up. Like, I was actually really disappointed in the way they played, especially with Denver having a lot more experience on their team and being a little bit better of a... Sorry, my phone. And having a little bit stronger offense and a little bit stronger defense. Like, they didn't even show up, and I personally I felt terrible for Manning. You know, especially like that morning because I worked Super Bowl Sunday, and that morning, like, one of the ESPN analysts was like, if you don't support Manning, then that's unpatriotic of you, which kind of pissed me off.
Unpatriotic?
Yeah. Yes. It was
If
unpatriotic
you don't like my
of
team,
you
you don't
to
like
not...
America.
Yeah, it was unpatriotic of you to not support Manning, which I thought was weird because the United States is always the type to support the underdog, and the Hawks were the underdog. But I don't know. It was not the greatest Super Bowl in the world based on play, but it was a great Super Bowl because we won.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is anybody who was not rooting for one team or another, it was, as far as Super Bowls go, it was very lackluster because it was hardly a game. Yeah. But for the Seahawks, I mean, it was a significant victory, but I think that the fallout from this is going to be for them next year. You know, if they go up against a hard team, is it going to be a thing of, well, you know, the Seahawks ran over the Broncos so easily last year, but that's because the Broncos didn't show up. I'm wondering if they're going to get criticized for it next year. I mean, you know how analysts are.
Yeah, I could see that, but at the same time, I think the Hawks did a lot to prove that they are not a team that should be questioned. I mean, the 49er game and the 49er and Hawk game was one of the best games they played.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think the Seahawks are a great team.
And they beat the Niners, and that's a big deal. And I mean, you could talk to some people and they'll say that the Hawks only won because we were at home, which I think was a great advantage, but I think the Hawks are a better team than analysts and other fans of football like to give them credit for, just because we have spent so many years, they have spent so many years kind of like having this rise, and then we get to the Super Bowl, but then we lose and we kind of just fall apart. And then, you know, last year, Wilson's first time out, you know, no one was expecting much of them. They went to the playoffs, lost to the Ravens. I think they lost to the Ravens. Lost to the Ravens, which was disappointing, but no one expected them to get that far. And then this year to win the Super Bowl, I think there's a lot more potential for that team, especially since it's a young team. I think you're going to see a lot more of them in the next few years.
And I think you don't have to really worry about what the analyst has to say. If they're all like, the Ravens, we're not expecting... not the Ravens, sorry. I don't even know how I got that mixed up. The Seahawks. When they're all like, we're not expecting them to do much, I think the team spoke for themselves by just being able to win the Super Bowl. They don't have to prove anything else. They just played the game and fucking won it, regardless if Broncos showed up or not.
Yeah, but you can use that argument, but people, not even analysts, like just football fans in general, will make the argument that they won the Super Bowl, but they'll still bring up the fact that Denver didn't show up that day, and Denver just wasn't the team that everybody knows them to be, and they'll say that that's like not a good way to measure whether or not the Hawks would have won the Super Bowl. But it goes to show you that this is one of the reasons why I prefer football over baseball, because football, it's one game, you have one chance, you bring your all or you go home, and then baseball's like, here, have 7 tries to win. Like, that's great and all, and it gets exciting, but sometimes you're just like, let's just play one game, get it over with, and that's when you see, I think, some of the best games come out of football is through this whole, you have just one shot to get it, and if you lose, then you're going to have to live with that for, it sucks, but you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your career. So, if anyone has any...
No, I'm right on with you. I mean, I don't give the analysts much credit because I'm a NFL fan, but I'm also a very big college football fan, and I am a fan of the Southeastern Conference because that's where my team is, and it's generally believed that the Southeastern Conference is one of two things: A, overrated, or B, the best conference there is, hands down. And so analysts go back and forth on that crap all the time, so I don't give a whole lot of a say to what the analysts think.
Yeah. To be honest, it's the same with many sports. For example, like, I'm going to say the word soccer. God damn, every British person probably just tried killing me with their mind after that. But
considering it was the British who made the word soccer, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't understand. That confused me even more. Why would someone that plays football in England go over to America and decide to call it soccer because of the word association? That doesn't make any sense in my head. But anyway, when England in the World Cup in South Africa, when we went against Germany, all the pundits were like, oh yeah, England would do this. They'll give it their hardest shot. They really will, be a threat to Germany. Bullshit, were we? We got fucking destroyed. And like, even if we had that disallowed goal accepted, Germany were all over us like the whole game. And all our pundits were just saying before the game how Germany didn't stand a chance. And it was like, come on, really? Like, you're getting paid to say this, and you can kind of sense the bullshit when we barely got through to the knockouts,
Yeah, that's I would say Germany's no team to play down in any way, shape, or form.
Definitely. They will punish you.
Oh yeah, they're gonna hurt you.
And not in like the abusive manner. Their team was just ridiculous. Like, it was almost effortless, one of their goals. So it was like, even if that goal counted, we didn't stand a fucking chance. German efficiency is just ridiculous in that game. Haven't we been talking about sport for way too long now?
That's a strange thing for a geeky podcast
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
us.
say, I don't watch sports.
I like sports.
I'm kind of like in the back burner of this conversation.
Let's change it to something nerdy.
Who put up on Rooster Teeth the interviewer who was talking to, it's like Happiness and Cyanide, where it's the interviewer asking this football player, it's like, so you sports decided you could sports out there. What do you think you didn't quite do to win this sport? And the guy's like, well, we put all the sports into it that we could put in, but they just sportsed more than we did. And so it's just, instead of whatever the name of the sport was, they just put in the word sport or some derivative of.
That's actually really funny.
That's hilarious. I gotta see if I can find that. It is very funny. Something that's geeky. Anybody play the Titanfall beta?
No, but I want to.
No.
I heard only good things about it.
I've seen Let's Plays and stuff, and it looks... damn it, stupid button! I said it looks phenomenal. Phenomenal.
It really is quite good, even with only 2 maps and 3 game modes. It was very good. I didn't quite get my groove going until like the last day because they give you there's a sniper rifle in the game, and it has a 6-time magnification or a 2-time magnification until you get an unlock for 4.5, which that one was perfect for me, and that's when I started doing some damage.
I was watching the Let's Play for it, and it looked awesome. It's for PC, and is it only coming out Xbox One?
No,
it's coming out 360.
Yep,
Oh,
it's going to be delayed by a couple weeks on the 360, but it is 360, Xbox One, and PC. I'm wondering if they are going to have some sort of unified server so you can play all across platform, because I don't have an Xbox One yet, but I was playing it here on the PC, and when it was loading various games on a little loading screen, it would blip by for just a second, but it would say checking Xbox Live servers. So
they might share the same servers, but as they've never had ever any sort of cross-platform multiplayer.
yes, they have. It's Shadowrun.
Okay, did not know that.
Yep,
I will shut up now.
Absolutely 100% doable, and for those of you who play Final Fantasy 14,
there are also issues with like some people able to run it better than other people.
On the PC side of things, sure, but I mean that's also when it comes down to like internet speed. You know, it's like, oh well, not everybody's internet speed is consistent, and you know there's certain things you can't control. And if somebody wants to be competitive online, then they'll cut down their graphics settings to get a very high frame rate and go at it from there. I will tell you this: I mean, I have a modest gaming PC, and it doesn't handle the textures of that game very well, so my PC, it did look worse than the Xbox One version, which I was a little heartbroken about.
Aw.
Maybe I want to buy a new graphics card.
I'm trying to decide if I want to get it on PC or 360, because I don't have an Xbox One yet. I don't know when I will.
Same here.
My birthday's in a week, so I think that's gonna be my 1 year older gift.
Happy birthday
to yourself. Happy birthday, me, Xbox One.
Happy birthday, since this might come out on your birthday or close to it.
The day after.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier about me being ancient. In 1 week, I'll be 1 year more ancient.
Ancient plus one.
What was it
Ancient
like
plus one.
when you used dirt to power your computers?
That's right. I had to go out and enslave my neighboring tribes' women to make them pump wheels to get my computer to process.
Wow. Wow.
That went dark suddenly.
Wow.
As you people may not have known, Jim was one of the first terrible.
What do you mean, you people? Hold on a minute.
You people out there.
You people, as in the audience.
The
audience
listening
people.
to you guys. Us guys.
You people. Why does somebody always have to say, you? What do you mean, you people?
You're talking about us ancient folk. It wasn't racist so much as it was like discrimination based on age. I got into a fight with an old man at my old job one time.
Really? How did it go down?
He got in my face and I got in his face, and my supervisor stepped between us and pushed us apart, and he told me to take a hike. But that elderly fellow was quite disrespectful, considering he knew nothing about routers, and I have a degree in networking. So I was trying to explain to him what was going on, and he just did not agree with me at all. He was like, "This is bullshit. Fuck you, young man," and he turned around and walked away. I was like, well, shit. Like, I just kind of said it, not to him, but out of frustration. And he turned around and he goes, "The fuck you saying to me? I'll slap the dog shit out you, boy." And he got right in my face. And I was like, "You want to go, old man?" I was so mad that when he turned on me, son, I was about to lay him out. I know that's not very good for me to say publicly, but I was very upset in that moment.
Wow.
That's... You got mad at him, he got mad at you, he spat his dentures out at you, you got even more mad.
I took his dentures and threw them back in his face. But yeah, so that was sidetrack back on whatever we were talking about.
What were we talking? Did we have something we were
ancient
talking
people?
About in the beginning? Oh yeah.
I have no
So
idea.
Titanfall.
Ancient things and Titanfall and some other segue.
Segway cast.
Segwaycast. So, did you guys hear about Bernie Burns started a Minecraft server?
I heard.
Sponsor hardcore Minecraft server?
Yes, it was on the patch. Ashley was talking about it. Actually, Bernie came on for like 4 minutes and talked about it too.
I wanted to know something, and I wanted to get like help from you guys on this. But you know that they do sponsor-only messages on Rooster Teeth. Someone that I was watching liked his message, the sponsor-only message, and it displayed it to me, like the whole thing about a Minecraft server. So if
Are you
you
a
guys
sponsor?
out there. No, to be honest, I don't really care. But like, for those people that I am watching that are sponsors, can you just like all of the sponsored only messages out there, just so I get to see them as well? Because that's the easiest way to do it.
All the benefits,
Wow.
none of the cost. I like where your head's at, Tyler.
I mean, I'm a student. I gotta save money where I can.
I think
yeah,
you're a
you
cheapskate,
gotta.
but from a business perspective, you're a cheapskate, and I don't like you as a customer. But as a consumer, I think it's a great idea. I'm on your side.
Exactly.
That's funny. That's funny.
Vic saying
Yeah.
it's funny twice
Oh,
in between the
oh.
silence.
Oh, because I'm trying to like,
Just break it up. Just break it up.
Break the silence.
You can easily break the ice.
Hey!
You just have to yell something.
Penis. What?
Did I?
See?
There we go. Hey, Gaff.
Vagina.
Yeah.
So I guess we are having a 4-person podcast after all.
Yeah,
apparently.
lose Lewis.
Yeah, I think we just lost him.
Sloth
Oh,
down,
Lewis.
sloth down.
Get the medics.
So considering he won't be able to hear this until it's released, well, I don't know if you guys share the podcast around. I'm just going to say, let's talk about lollipop, lizard, peanut butter, and whatever the fuck he likes talking
Sex.
about. Goats.
Peanut butter lollipop lizard sex. That's what it was.
That was it. Someone remembered.
God, how could I forget? It's a nightmare. And it won't
My
go
favorite
away.
podcast review on it.
That was a great podcast.
That was my
Oh, God.
that was my first or second one. I'm pretty sure it was my first.
Yeah, to explain to the audience, if you guys don't know, I used to organize another podcast in the past, and everyone that's organizing the Shifty Keys podcast was people I relied on to be in the crew every now and then. And it's awesome seeing them like making their own fucking podcast, because it's like, wow, the students have become the masters. Oh shit. Nine gag.
Last we met, I was but a learner, but now I
My
am
mom
master.
came down and choked me.
What?
Good lord, what the hell for? Is that foul language?
She's mean.
Your mom.
You quit using that foul language, woman, or I will choke your ass out.
I wasn't saying anything. She just came down and choked me.
Well, that doesn't make it better.
Child abuse. You heard it here.
Nah,
Somebody called DSS.
I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 22.
Well, if
social
you're living in her house,
What
you're
are you
independent. That means
doing
you're protected under law.
Okay, I'm okay. All good. Nothing to see here.
Oh, really? Sounds like there's everything to see over there at the moment. I want to know what's
Everything.
going on.
Oh my gosh, 16 Disney themed cocktails you will want to try. Why are you giving me a tomato? She just put a tomato on my keyboard.
I'm done joking. You have a tomato.
Here, hold this.
Exactly. It's like, can I at least get like little mozzarella with it? You know, fancy this up a little bit here.
Nah.
Hey, fancy it up.
Gourmet this shit up.
There's it. I'm kidding.
You
You
missed.
don't
Sprinkles on
have
it?
to do
You
that.
missed.
You don't have to do that.
Look, he's back. He's back. Shh.
Power went out.
Everyone be
Oh,
quiet.
the power went off.
Dude, I am so fucking pissed right now. God damn it.
Breathe.
Calm down.
I love how angry he is.
I am really angry.
Why? Just his
Jesus
power went
Christ.
out? Ooh, she
angry
actually got me
sloth.
mozzarella.
Anyway. So, what did I miss? Sorry everyone for raging. but I'm gonna fucking punch my electricity bill to this fucking month.
Oh my
God damn
Punch
it.
your bill. It'll make everything better.
Anyway, how's everyone doing?
We're doing good.
I'm
I just had a
scared.
tomato and mozzarella. It was delicious.
Our electricity is working.
Yeah, go fuck
Yeah.
yourself. So,
God.
what did I miss?
I was just about to talk about 16 Disney-themed cocktails you would want to try.
Before,
Okay.
wait, was that
In
before? or
theory,
after
you'll
you
want to
got
try
choked?
them.
That was before the tomato. And then
No, was
the
that before or
tomato.
after before or after you got choked?
After.
Oh my god.
So
Oh yeah,
there's
you missed that.
Grumpy. It's a shot. Orange vodka and grenadine and cream. And then Evil to the Core. Jaeger. No, it's out. I can't
No?
drink that.
What?
I hate Jaeger.
Nope.
So
Nope.
you hate the thing
Nope.
that goes on the drink that describes you? Oh, Vic.
I do not. I
I'm
will
just
be
kidding.
sober, take a shot of Jaeger, and I will
You-
vomit. It's true.
I'm just kidding.
You didn't
You're
drink
not
it sober.
rotten. You're a lovely person.
Well, that's
Jaeger,
like
apple vodka, apple pucker, and cranberry juice. My mom just went, yeah.
Just,
yeah. I don't know how I feel about apple pucker and Jaeger. That sounds
Yeah.
strange.
How about this one?
Maybe
It's-
that's why it's called rotten to the core. Because it's
It's-
rotten.
Oh.
There's this one. Glass slipper. It's for Cinderella. Blueberry vodka, whipped cream vodka, and cream. Ooh. I'll do that one. It's blueberry vodka, whipped cream
That's what
vodka,
she said.
and cream.
Oh.
And then,
Vic,
what?
can you please just skip to the one that's Sleeping Beauty and how it has roofies in it?
Oh.
Did Sleeping Beauty? There is no roofies.
Then it's not a Sleeping Beauty.
It has
I think-
blue Morocco and pineapple juice. There was no. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong one. That's not. That's. What's her name?
What's her name?
Sleeping Beauty is the skinny girl, white girl in the blue dress, right?
You just
the
described
one
like
with the
half
dragon?
of
girl.
the Disney princesses.
I was about to say. I mean,
Okay, no, wait a minute. Snow White, Cinderella, Belle. Okay, Sleeping Beauty. They have Sleep Cycle. It has Kinky, Hype Tick, and Sprite. I don't know what any of
you
that
mean
is.
Kinky?
you
besides
mean
this.
hypnotic,
Hypnotic, yeah.
Wow.
which is actually all right by itself.
I don't know what Hypnotic is. Ooh, how about this? Little Mermaid. Blue Caraco, Malibu rum, Malibu spice rum. Angry Orchard apple vodka and Goldschlager. Oh god.
Goldschlager.
She's
So
a
far in this podcast, I am unqualified to talk about half of these subjects, as I am not a
don't
sports
drink
fan, nor am I
either,
old enough to
so-
drink.
Yeah, TJ, I don't drink.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
there's
just-
one with sake in it. Sake,
Yeah,
ginger
she said
liquor,
sake.
and
But have you ever had a drink?
Angry Orchard.
What do you mean
I've
by
drunk
that? What do you
before.
think? Sake is the only thing I drink?
Yes.
Obviously not, considering I drank sake and then sent you pictures of me drinking Captain Morgan straight after the fact.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a friend's birthday party a few weeks ago, and it was
You know what's a good pickup
a
line?
rough night.
What's that?
Hey, you want to suck it? Get it?
Why would
Okay.
it be pronounced suck it?
Suck
Someone
it?
turn Luis's
Ta-da!
power off. again.
Again with Luis's horrendous jokes.
Just so the audience knows, I don't do pickup lines.
But
So
if I did,
You don't do apparently much.
yeah, like I just mock them. I don't really do this in real life.
that would be fucking hilarious if you did.
Sure, you
Like,
don't.
I would want to see videos of Lewis awkwardly going up to women and being like, "Did you want to suck it?" And just trying to pass it off as a genuine
God.
pickup line.
And just hauling ass afterwards, trying not to
Yeah.
get killed.
Lean up to a girl on the bar and be like, "So, baby, you wanna suck it?" Be like, "What
By the
the
way-
fuck?
Nope.
Run,
soon as
run now!"
you. As soon as
I
she
can't
starts
stand your
hitting
pickup
you,
lines
I
with
meant
that Brazilian
sake.
accent.
What?
What?
What? No, seriously, what
What?
did you say?
Nothing?
Yeah, he said something about
you
accents.
do know you do know I'm going to listen to the podcast again to do the link shitter, right? So, what did you say?
Yeah. I.
Really, I'm
No, he
just trying
can't.
to start a conversation here,
Oh,
you asshole.
okay. I just don't. Okay. I said.
God.
I even forgot what I said.
I think you said
Actually.
something about the fact that they would
I
find
can't
it
stand you-
irresistible.
I can't
That he
stand
has
your
a
pickup
Brazilian
lines,
accent.
but that accent.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was something stupid. It wasn't an insult.
I
Calm
know
down.
it wasn't an insult. I was just trying to make a conversation.
I could make an insult out of it, but that accent is a killer.
Well,
Oh.
thank you, I guess. I
Burn,
don't
you just
mean
got
to
pissed.
actually kill people with my accent.
Vic, we
I
need
hate
to,
it.
we need to
People in
make
every-
some of these things at RTX.
What are we doing at RTX?
We're making some of these drinks.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
totally.
anything at RTX.
Dude,
Same.
Me neither,
I'm
because I'm not going.
probably gonna be drunk most of RTX.
Way to bring
Maybe.
us all down, you two.
Yeah.
Must be nice to have jobs and income.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's great.
terrible, let me tell you.
Oh well.
It's the worst.
But you know what? I'll be watching the live streams when I have time, and I better see the two.
If one of you doesn't hump a cameraman,
And also,
What?
a cameraman.
that'll be the only way we'll be able to see them is if they hump
No.
the cameraman.
If they ask questions,
No, we gotta storm the live podcast stage.
Exactly.
if you
In
guys
which they'll
go,
battle.
Or
Yeah,
sign
if
the
you-
Tower of Pimps.
if you guys go and they are taking questions, please, for the love of God, don't be one of those awkward question people that are like, "Hey,
Oh my
I
God.
really love your stuff." Well, of course you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have bought tickets to.
Yeah,
come.
right?
Hey,
Bernie would be like, yeah, we know, just shut the fuck up and ask your question.
No,
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, your stuff? Eh.
Vic get up there pissed drunk. I just want to tell you, your shit sucks. And your website sucks. And I only paid for this ticket to tell you suck.
And like she tries throwing it on the ground, and it just kind of wavers around in the air for a little while.
I'm back there like trying to grab her like, Vic, you need to sit down. Sit down now, please.
Vic, go wait in the hotel room and stay
shut
away
up.
from the stage.
Yep. No, I would not do that.
You totally would. Matt says that we should say hi to future Matt. So, hello, future Matt. I hope you're
I
watching.
cannot escape you, current, present Matt, past Matt, nor future Matt. So please,
Yeah.
please, just
Yeah.
spare me.
Present and future Matt needs to get on T-Speak more so that we can harass him.
He's on
Yeah,
right now,
and
technically.
If
How the hell did he
you don't
message me?
watch this, if you don't leave a comment saying you watch this, I'm going to be very disappointed, and I'll probably send like ninja raccoons to beat your shit up. I can do that.
I got the feeling he'll probably leave a comment. But if he wants something to say and he's not quite sure what to write, write out the following words: nipple, goat, sex, lollipop. Go for it.
No, wasn't it a
Go
lizard?
crazy.
Oh yeah, lizard.
Where do you keep getting nipples from? All right, hold on, time out.
Oh no.
Tyler's
All
got
right.
Time out.
Go on. This is interesting.
So I got a bone to pick with you here, Tyler. All right. So for those of y'all who don't know, Tyler
Owner to pick.
gets, God, Luis, I'm just swear to God, I will mute you, and anything you say will not get recorded on this podcast. So again, I remind you of the golden rule: be kind to your editor.
Oh yeah. Because they can fuck you up. They can make your voice sound weird.
I will ruin you, son. Nobody will know
Will
your
you
power came back.
Will you though? That takes a lot of patience.
Next week's
But
podcast
anyway.
might be a little late.
Go on, Jen.
So, Tyler, if I recall correctly, and it's been some time since we've discussed this, Tyler gets nervous about the talk of boobs. Is that correct?
No. Okay, like I'm mature. It's just when people are kind of showing off their cleavage, it's like awkward because I don't want to stare. I don't even want to see it because it's like, you know, I'm trying to be a gentleman, and I often like announce verbally like, "Oh my God," like that. I just cover my eyes in some kind of humor, Ever since that happened, probably fucking 7 to 6 months ago, everyone thinks I'm scared of boobs.
Okay, well, that's what I was thinking as well, and so I was I was about to ask, like, why do you constantly put nipples in on things? Like, where does the word nipple fascinate you so much when you're less fascinated by boobs?
Wait, what? I said it
So-
once.
Maybe he's.
It's like the
afraid of
third time
boobs,
you've said the word nipple this
Have
podcast.
I? Oh
Nipple.
shit! You guys are gonna like find the moments I said.
Oh
it.
yeah,
I can't
I'm gonna
remember.
jack up the decibels on just your voice
going
whenever
in-
you say the word nipple.
Jesus Christ, Lewis.
This is going
Yeah, I
linked
did
up,
click on
right?
it. Yeah, Lewis just sent me a picture of
Don't-
someone with massive cleavage. So if you want to put
I-
that in the link down.
I just want to let y'all know that is way more than cleavage going on there. Okay, this is like. This is one of those cases where you could make the argument that this is nudity because it's just those are like triangle bikinis just covering up the nipples. Like the boob is like exposed.
The scary thing is, I think that's actually a dress.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
I guess so. It was the first picture that came up on Google. I was like, yeah,
What did you Google?
Oh my god.
His search history is just boobies.
to annoy Tyler. Why else would I do it?
Is that what your search history was? How do I annoy Tyler?
Yeah. So since you had a boner to pick with Tyler earlier,
You wait, what?
there's
Boner.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Boner.
there's something else. Tyler learned how to partially speak Portuguese
Oh yeah.
just so he could annoy me with a song that I hate a lot from our kind of like our own Justin Bieber on Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the English version for that. Maybe, just maybe, I'll put the English version on the link shader so you know how fucking awful it is. And
Yeah.
so Tyler learned how to sing that in Portuguese, damn near perfectly. And I don't know to this day if I should be proud or if I should punch his guts off when I see him.
Punch my guts off? Off of what?
Off, right?
Off your body, whatever.
Off your body.
just
How
have
do you
my
punch
guts
them
hanging
off if
out.
they're already inside?
Yeah. Well,
You know.
the reasoning behind that was because I'm always fascinated by other languages, and for those of you that know me, I listen to probably more music in other language than English. So, this was like one of the first, well, actually, no, it's definitely not one of the first, but it was one of the first songs from Brazil that I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, this is really catchy, until he sent me the English version, which fucking sucks. But I remember I basically made it like a Rick roll for just Lewis. So we'll be talking about a random topic, people will be showing videos to each other, and then randomly I would put Michel Taylor in just his link to the song. I've forgotten how to pronounce it. What a shock! But I would put it in there, and all I would hear probably like 5 minutes afterwards would be Lewis fucking losing his mind. He's like, "Fuck you, Tyler." I'm like, "What?" Oh yeah,
That's great.
I've totally forgotten I put it down, and he just loses his mind. But I went to learn it because he started not trusting any of my links because it could be that song. So I was like, well, I want him to click on my links, and I still want to show him that song just to get him annoyed. So I legit went out and learned it, and I don't know if my accent's spot on for it, but you seem pretty impressed with it sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, I gotta say.
You care for a concert, Tyler?
I was about to say, your accent is fine, the content is terrible.
Yes, that's pretty much it. If you were singing anything else, I'd be really proud of you. But
Yay.
since you're singing a really shitty thing, god damn it, Tyler.
Tyler, you have to sing it now on
Wait,
the
will you
podcast
guys-
for everybody.
Will you guys get
No.
screwed up by copyright if that happens? I don't know.
No,
not if we don't
because you're not
monetize.
doing a full-on... so yeah, we're not monetizing it. It's not a full-on concert. We just want like a 10-second preview.
Ready, Lewis? Prepare
I'm ready.
yourself.
My body's ready. Let's go, Louise. Come on.
His power suddenly goes out again.
Before Tyler starts, I just like to get this out of the way. Go fuck yourself, Tyler.
Lewis, you know
Now
the words.
go on.
Join me.
Sing
with this.
along.
You know them. Maybe he doesn't. Lewis is already trying to run from the podcast. I can sense it right now.
Yeah, I'm going to pretend my
Power, now you can go out.
Yeah, power went out suddenly. Oh no. But I believe the lyrics go, Nossa, nossa, assim você me mata. Ai, sushi burger, ai, sushi burger. Delicious. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I
You can't handle
feel
it.
the rage.
That song. What is that song saying?
Not much. You'll be able to hear the English version soon.
I'll put the. Hold on, let me just.
Just
I'll
link
search.
them both, please.
Isn't it
I'll
something
search,
like-
but you guys, I don't know if you'll be able to listen to it during the podcast, but it goes something more like
If I
in
catch you?
English. Yeah. Wow, wow, this way you're gonna kill me. Oh, if I catch you. Oh, if I catch you. And well, it's just
Delicia?
Wait, did you just say this will kill me if I don't catch you?
No.
Oh.
This way you're gonna kill me.
Oh.
It's just dumb.
It sounds
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh, in English it's stupid, but I could see why it drove Lewis insane when he showed me the English version, because I was like, oh, the Brazilian version sounds catchy as fuck, but Lewis actually, understands Portuguese, so it's nonsense to him, and it sounds like me listening to the English version, and I don't like the English version at all. I prefer the Portuguese version. And I think during me talking there that I called it Brazilian, and I am already sorry.
Oh, we discussed that a couple weeks ago too, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think we did. That
Did we?
Lewis speaks Brazilian.
I think that was me.
Totally does.
I think that was me that said Portuguese was
Yeah, it was
Brazilian
TJ.
on
Yeah.
accident. I'll own it.
We forgive you, dude.
Yay.
For now.
Anyway, there's a
For
link,
now.
and I'm gonna have to erase my internet history now.
Why am I laughing?
You got a bunch of girls with
Hey.
cleavage pictures up there.
No,
Everything is
just because
awesome.
of the song.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
I watched
Everything
this
is
movie.
awesome.
Oh my god.
Jesus, Vic.
What in
I
the
watched-
world is going on?
Did all of you watch the Lego movie?
Yes,
Not yet.
it was.
No
so
spoilers,
I hear
guys.
it's really good.
Oh, no,
It's
I'm
so
not.
good.
gonna spoil it.
Spoiler alert, there are Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
kind
famous
of
people
liked it, but
loved it.
I could
Spoiler
only
alert, Darth
watch
Vader's
it
Luke's
in
father.
Portuguese. So the whole thing with the famous voices and all that, I didn't get that because our movie theaters were just showing it in Portuguese.
Aw.
So I'm gonna have to
Aw.
watch that again sometime.
It's
But
it's totally worth it. Like I would happily go see it again today if I could.
it was a pretty decent movie.
Loved it so much.
Having not seen it, I did see the preview that I thought was hilarious, where it's Batman and somebody sitting next to something, and he throws a batarang
yeah.
at this button, and he misses it. So he throws another one, and he misses again. And he throws like 50 of them, and he finally hits it and goes, "Got it first shot."
For sure. It's
Yeah,
a great
Batman's
movie.
pretty good in that movie.
I really got to go see it at some point soon.
I saw it on Valentine's Day.
Aw.
Oh, isn't that just sickening? Get out of here.
Which is why Vic wasn't here on the last episode, because she was out there, dating and stuff.
Yeah. Spending time with my boyfriend. Oh my god.
Oh god, we don't want to know this information suddenly.
Oh,
Please.
yeah.
It's already hurting.
Terrible.
It already
We
hurts.
talk about dicks and cleavage, but we don't want details.
We will happily.
No details about your dicks and cleavage, please.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
well-
gonna give
well,
you
maybe
any
the cleavage, but-
details. Fun fact: I have no cleavage, so you're welcome.
Well, in that case, 2x4.
Just being honest. I have no boobs. They're non-existent. Girl problems.
Flat girl problems.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm afraid we go further into this conversation and it gets really awkward for Vic, and Tyler might want to disconnect. So,
No. Tyler's okay with it because there's no cleavage involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because there is no cleavage.
I call bullshit on that.
What?
Really?
I think Vic's got something going on. I mean,
Yeah.
See, this is
Without
awkward
doing
because I
that.
wouldn't like to say if she did or not.
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Tyler on that.
I wouldn't.
I'm
say
classless,
about
I'm a-
women's boobs. God damn it! That made me go red. Eck.
glad it's
Plot
audio
twist.
then.
Tyler's got poops. Oh,
Spoiler alert. I mean, plot twist.
both.
Yeah. I've got double D's apparently. God damn, that's going to be like the next thing on the internet, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, it's better than being
Speaking
afraid
of
boobs, I
double
guess.
D's, that actually reminded me of something. Have you
How the
guys?
fuck?
Double dicks.
Did you guys? Any of you ever watch Ed, and Eddie when you were a kid?
No.
Yeah. A little.
Not where I was expecting you to go with this, but yeah, go on.
Well, because there's a character on there called Double D,
Yeah.
and this is
I
really
do
just
remember that.
this is really just a one-off comment. The actor that played Ed, Dumb Ed from Ed, and Eddie, died.
Oh.
Oh.
And it's
Thanks,
really
CJ.
depressing considering that that's somebody that I like. I never knew the guy, but it's a character that I honestly loved in my childhood, and now the actor that played him is dead.
Yeah, that's always sad when you hear about like stuff that's happened to voice actors, and you're like, I don't know that person, but I know the character that they played so well, and they'll forever be in my memory, but not as their own persona, as the person that they were acting as. And it's like, man, that's tough. There's only a few voice actors that I know, like their faces of, Johnny on Bosch and that.
Another voice actor that's kind of like that. You never know anything about them except for that one pivotal character they played, and then like they're dead. Was Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah. He died.
That was a great role.
He died after the second season.
Yeah, that was sad. By the way, sorry to ruin the wonderful boob talk with death.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, boobs.
First comes boobs, then comes death.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so
It's
goes the circle of life.
Oh my God.
Well timed.
Simba.
If it weren't for the internet delay, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, you guys
It
were
sounded
pretty
perfect
close.
on my side. It was synced on my side, so we'll see how it comes out in the podcast.
Sync on my side.
We shall see.
Did you know that Girl Scout cookies are out?
What?
Nope.
What?
Didn't care.
Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
out. You can eat them. I'm so excited. I have to go find somebody.
Can't you like buy them whenever you want?
Yeah, I thought it was a permanent yearly
No.
thing. Oh,
No.
you learn something
You
new
can
every
only-
day.
Up. What is up
You-
with Girl Scouts cookies?
They're so delicious.
Well, I wouldn't know because they don't sell those here. But okay, I'll
Ask
take
a
your
Missing
word
out.
for
pedophile.
it. What?
Missing out.
What?
Missing out.
No, I know. Just TJ, shut up. You said something disturbing.
That's what
God
I'm here
damn it.
for. You say the ridiculous, I say the disturbing.
Well,
Right.
I guess I'm offensive, so we're just about full circle here.
Vic is the girl. Okay.
I am a girl. Last time I checked, I was a girl.
I mean, without having too much in the way of boobs, can't be sure. But
Thank you, Jim, for saying what was in my head, but I was
sorry, that was so inappropriate. That was offensive. I do apologize. Throw it out there now.
I'm sorry, Vic.
You're just meeting your job requirements.
Vic, I love you. I just want you to know that. Boobs or no boobs. We've never talked about your boobs, and I've loved you up until this point, so I think I can go on loving you knowing your boob status. I'm just going to leave it there.
Oh my God! I love how
Anyway,
you're putting it more
I'm
in
still
detail.
calling bullshit on Vic for saying that, but anyway.
She didn't even hear it. She didn't even hear me.
I didn't hear
She can hear it on the podcast.
Yep, she'll just have to hear it on the
Yeah, listen to
podcast.
it
Nope.
Tell her.
What?
Make her listen to the whole thing.
You
to
gotta
find
wait a
this.
week.
Yeah.
What? This. Oh, I hate you guys so much. Why
Oh,
did I
that
say
was-
yes
love
to
us.
this?
I
Why did
I was just saying how much I loved you.
That's bullshit, Jim. Everyone.
No, it's not. You will listen to it. You will listen to it in a week, and you will know that I am not bullshitting you.
Sure.
I mean, I called bullshit on something you said, but
I don't believe you, Jim.
Hi, Vic.
Hi.
Vic's back for another episode of the Throw Vic Under the Bus cast.
Yep. Because that's what this podcast has turned into.
Doop doop. Oh, it's coming back. Beep,
That's what it was built on.
beep.
Aww. Damn it.
well, okay. So I will once again. I'll try to save Vic, which seems to be a recurring thing on our podcast.
And by save Vic, he means dig a hole deeper for her and just throw her further in that grave.
So
No,
bring it,
no.
dude.
It
Bring
means
it.
find
I'm
a
waiting.
cement truck
I
and
am
just
trying.
drive over her corpse.
Whoa.
I am trying to improve. Okay. So spotlights go to Tyler.
Sloth
so Tyler,
2.0.
I'm suddenly
Yeah.
concerned that the spotlight's
Kinda.
on me after
Say
talking about Vic's boobs
1.0.
for the last half an
Wait.
hour. Wait, what?
Okay, let's talk about
Yeah.
Tyler's boobs.
Because it's because of your D cups, Tyler.
Yeah.
I thought they were double Ds.
So I'm trying to get away from the boob talk that's making you.
I love how
all
it's
go-
segueing into this, though. I don't even know what you're
Boobs.
going to bring up, which is even scarier.
No, it's because earlier you were mentioning like the stuff that you're doing with the community and stuff. So would you
Oh,
like to talk about your projects and shit?
You're not allowed to, Tyler.
Yeah, I don't I don't want to jump on your podcast and just try and derail it to name drop half
That's-
the stuff that I do, but
It's not a derail, that's why you're here.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's why we have
Yes.
guests, because
I
it's
forgot
it's
I'm
about the community.
We didn't invite you because we liked you, we invited you because you do stuff.
I'm proud of you.
Speak for yourself, TJ.
I'm
I
gonna
like
say
Tyler.
this is a lie. It's not just because of that we call people on the podcast.
I'm just kidding, I love you,
Don't be a
Tyler.
dick, TJ.
It's a joke! I was
I
joking, I
give you
love
your
Tyler.
I love TJ
There you
too. Promo. Oh god.
Anyway,
We can't even make a ship name because both our names start with T.
Well,
TT.
yeah,
TT.
yeah,
TT.
TT 2014.
It sounds like titty.
Ta-ta.
Oh my god, this is gonna be the worst
There's no
segue
escape.
ever into the community and stuff like that. But yeah, before jumping onto this, I was in a mad rush to try and put out the theme, which was like the last one I'm gonna do for a while because of exams, and I made a whole video explaining it. But yeah, it was a ridiculous rush. I mean, you guys. I think I came on to Lewis and TJ. You were in here, weren't you? And I was just yelling at my laptop because there were so many tabs open. YouTube thought I was dicking around. I almost didn't get like the journal released about the theme because Rooster Teeth thought like it was like me spamming. You know, it had flood control and all that. It was fucking hectic. But I'm very glad you guys waited for me.
yeah, that was nothing.
Oh, and you guys have been going on for just about 1 hour on Quora.
Oh,
Yep.
You can edit that.
Got
out.
an eye on it.
Okay.
So go ahead and let's hear more about what Tyler does here.
Yeah.
Let's hear all the
I
dirty
feel
secrets.
scared.
Tell
You
me,
should be.
it's not like we're going to talk about your career as a stripper. We're just talking about your stuff on the RT side and stuff.
Oh, damn, I wanted to talk about my career as a stripper. Wait, what? Yeah, on
Edit that
Rooster
out.
Teeth- No, I can keep that in. On Rooster
Yeah.
Teeth,
Kinky?
like I just often use the command keys to like draw out a spotlight for like new groups that have been popping up. So anyone that knows me will hopefully know the group, and I'll be able to send these people to like other projects that other people were doing. For example, I think you guys were in one of the spotlights only a few
Yes,
weeks ago.
we were. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
you're-
for that.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that shocks me. Everyone's like super thankful, and I'm like, that's what I do. That's the point of the group, and I get all.
But you don't
modest and
have
I
to do
kinda
it.
hide. Yeah, I know, but I like doing it because it's something you can do for the community and stuff. And
we like to thank you for it.
Exactly.
yay,
And
party!
especially too, I think if we're gonna go on like thankful community groups, I think one that needs to be talked about is like the safe room and
Oh, definitely.
the one that Aubrey did.
Spread
Spread
the
the
love.
love.
I may have quoted that wrong, but I'm sure it's
No.
spread the love.
Yeah, it's Spread the Love. I think those two need to be
Addressed.
Yeah,
Well-
I don't know how you would address it, but like in the sense of I think they're very important. Especially since like online bullying and especially in the Rooster Teeth community, which makes me sad. There's a lot of inner bullying within the community, and I think that's just not cool. So
Yeah, there's a lot of inappropriateness, and I'm not going to go into details about who it was and who said it, but there was something this week that I got a little I got a little upset about, and so I actually found that group by accident after this incident occurred. But there's a lot of things that go on that people just, I don't know if it's because of anonymity on the internet allows people to just be assholes, so they don't care what they say to people, or they don't think about what they say. But I think it's a societal problem as well, and it's something that whenever you go to say something to somebody, realize that that person might not see it in the same light as you. You might be friends on the internet, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're friends like in real life. I mean, I've joked with Vic here on the podcast a little bit, but that's not kind of stuff that I would say to anybody, because I know Vic, and Vic and I have this kind of friendship over the internet.
Yeah.
And that's just how we are with each other, and we know that's where it is, and that's where it starts and where it stops, and there's not any real hatred, I don't think, between us.
no.
So, but not everybody's like that. And we know that we want to say that we want to be friends with everybody, and that's fine, but not everybody's going to be your friend. And even if they are, they're not going to react the same way. I know that people are not going to find stuff funny that I say. Well, I know they're not. I know they haven't in the past. So you just got to be careful about what you say to people and when you say it to them. And I think that's part of it. But if you are a witness to something that's inappropriate or that's bullying, bring it up to, depending on the situation, you might need to take it to admins, but at the very least, bring it up with the person who is the target or the victim of that bullying or inappropriateness, and just say, hey, I saw this, how do you feel about it? Because sometimes, and this is what I was told, is that the target or the victim feels that it would be wrong for them to speak up because they don't want to ruin anybody else's fun. And you have to understand that it may be fun for that person who's being the bully, but it's not funny. And their form of fun is this weird, twisted, perverted sense of fun that I can't get behind and I can't agree with. So I don't think that's a very good example of it. So if you're ever the victim, if you're ever the target, and you're not sure and you need some moral support, go to somebody and ask for some help. Or if you see it, step up and say to the person who's been targeted, hey, what happened here and how do you feel about it? And do you think you should say something? And encourage them to do the right thing, and that's my position on it. I think it's right to correct this behavior, not necessarily punish people, but to correct it so they realize their mistake, and then that they don't make it again in the future.
Because if you straight up punish someone for it, then suddenly bullying is this really bizarre thing where the person that's being bullied can sometimes then I don't know the best way to word it, but it's weird how it manifests. The person, I remember ages ago, my ego especially, and I don't mean to get all deep on your podcast here, but when I was bullied as a kid, in real life and around school and that, you guys would not have recognized me as the person I am right now, because I was a lot darker and I hated everything, because that was just how I felt because of all the shit I had gone through. And if I wasn't mature, I would have, I don't know, taken out my frustration on someone else rather than something else. Like, instead of being frustrated at someone else that was bullying me my entire life, I just ignored them, and I put myself into some kind of like hobby sense, and I just found loads of distractions and distractions and distractions to deal with it, and eventually they become talents almost. But you know, it's one of those things where if you don't correct bullying, and instead if you try like punishing it and stand up for them or anything like this, and then maybe going around in like a full circle, but sometimes the bullies are doing it for a reason. And if you punish them, you know, you don't know what their backstory is either. Instead, just tell them to cut it the fuck out, you know. But I don't know if I make much sense with that.
Well,
it may sound like rambling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to clean it up a little bit. I'm just gonna make some assumptions here. We're gonna talk about Star Wars for a second. So, you know, that's what they said in Star Wars Episode 1. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering, and when it's this cycle. And I am somebody who, when I was very small, I was bullied by a guy, and I remember his name to this day, and I remember his face. In time, I became him in a sense, and that I was very hateful and vindictive. And there's another saying that goes around that violence begets violence. You know, everybody talks about, oh well, they should, you know, people should just stop fighting each other. And if you think about, I'm taking this to a bigger like socio-political scale, but war. Do you know what war is? War is two or more groups of people where we're going to say two sides, where one group of people will not say, I don't want to fight anymore. That's what it is, you know? And now everybody's got reasons for it, and there's, you know, you can argue that whether it's justified or not. But it's like that with violence. You know, you have two or more people who just are not able to stop and say, I don't want to be violent anymore. And so I think I know where you're coming from, Tyler, in that it's, you know, you have to be careful. You can't just punish somebody. You have to make them look and realize what they've done and acknowledge why they're doing it. And if they can acknowledge, if they can admit to it, if they can confess why they did what they did, then they can look at it and say, well, that's small of me and that's petty, and now I know what I can do to overcome it. And I think that's where you're going.
And also, like, bullying is a very serious problem. And it's the sort of thing that's been going around for ages and ages and maybe even centuries. But thankfully, at least now, it's getting more recognition on, well, everywhere. And what you're saying, Jim, is interesting because sometimes it might not be something that the person is really doing on purpose. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the person thinks it's funny, but doesn't really mean to be a dick. So if you feel bothered, like, just tell to the person, you know, didn't like the joke or something. But if you need help, there are people who can help you. And also, we should all step up to this because it's really the sort of thing that we can't put behind ourselves. It's not because it's been there for ages that it's something that's going to be here for centuries to come. We can overcome this kind of thing. You know, we're better than that. Like, the human race as a whole, it's better than that. So...
And, you know, of course, if any of these issues have affected you, the Safe Room and the Spread the Love group, just the way they popped up recently, I felt so happy that they popped up in the Rooster Teeth community as well, knowing full well some of the stuff that actually happens. You know, like, bullying goes on everywhere, you know, and it's something you can't really just ignore. But I'm glad they kind of called out, like, even Rooster Teeth itself, you know, because it does happen. We can turn a blind eye to it, but unfortunately there are people that feel really uncomfortable on Rooster Teeth, and they will get really anxious if they've been victim to this. And hopefully if this gets through to anyone that is having issues on Rooster Teeth, that, you know, if you haven't heard of the groups already, go check them out, because they will certainly help because the people do know what they're on about. And if you want to see a reasonably deep story, I think from both me and Vic that's here right now, didn't we both put like our stories in a thread?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's something where it does clear your head and it does help. And I got a few personal messages after that helped me out a lot because people have been in the same position. And it's certainly something that makes you feel a lot better knowing that you're not on your own, that people know where you're coming from and have even, dealt with it too in different ways. But
that, and
it helps.
Don't, I got a nice message from someone actually who's on TeamSpeak, but they said that they had the same feelings I did and like didn't know what to do in my situation. So, which was nice to hear. Nice to hear that I wasn't the only one who was kind of like blaming myself for everything that kind of happened. And yeah, guys want to know about it. But I think it's really important. It's also important to remember that bullying, I sometimes equate it on the same level of abuse, because it's it can really mess with you. It can be verbal, it can be physical, it can be mental, verbal, physical, sexual. It can be any of that, and it really changes you when you go through it, and it really just makes life a lot harder. But it can make you stronger, and you just gotta know that you're not the only one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn on the particular topic, but the personality that I have right now and just what you see of me today was probably a result of how heavily I was bullied in the past, because I did everything hobby-wise, like, editing, animating, doing image editing, putting together sounds and music and stuff, because I needed something to take my mind off of shit. And for those of you that actually know me, you've probably seen me when I tell you guys that I need to distract myself. That means I've got like a lot on my mind, and I will throw myself at the nearest hobby or project I've got. That's why I start so many things off, like the Ode of Humanity stuff, because sometimes I need an outlet. And when you were bringing up, the physical, mental, and verbal sides of bullying, I definitely had like the mental side of it, because I get anxious really quick and I get very paranoid in certain areas, just because of what I've been through. It's something that sucks, but in a way, if I wasn't bullied, I'm not condoning the behavior or anything like that, but I wouldn't be the person you see right now, which is hopefully an awesome person.
Yeah. Well, I can agree with you on that, because some days are really hard to even just come on TeamSpeak and know that there are some people out there. Like, I don't get physically bullied, but I'm a girl on the internet. I get constantly hit on, and sexual references get thrown at me constantly, even when I'm in the same channel with Alex. It's like, we'll have a conversation about a date, and then the minute he logs off, it's like they start getting thrown off at me again, and it's really frustrating when they just don't get the hint of, this isn't cool, this isn't funny, like, I'm not impressed by your constant, yes, I'm a girl, congratulations, like, way to point that out. But Leave me the hell alone.
We don't live in the dark ages anymore. Yeah,
And-
women can use the internet.
I know.
And
I mean,
also-
I had to teach myself. It was really difficult. It was a hard process, but thank you all for being here with me as I make my embarkments onto the internet.
You stand heroically, like on the
Yeah, on the
Explorer
podium.
logo.
Just like, I should have like the Olympic torch. Ta-da!
And also, Vic is like half a girl. The other half, she's a robot, like a killing machine. So, yeah,
We had to rebuild her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's alright.
Well,
Had to give her internet access.
Because I'm my own Wi-Fi hotspot.
and it's the human half that allows her to go onto the internet. Like, when there's a cap chat, Vic nearly explodes, like, oh my god.
She has an Ethernet cord plugged directly into her spine.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said spine.
Yes.
What were you thinking of?
But
Well, before we go into the sex talk, let's have some questions.
Oh, yeah,
Jeez
questions.
Louise. Please,
well,
please.
Just one thing. We now have a group, whether you may or not have been aware of this, and we have a thread in which you can ask us questions and answer our questions for the audience to be featured later on. And so we got some questions, and I'm going to read some of them. One of them was actually sent to my Twitter by Alex Original. So I'm going to read that first. If I manage to find it.
If you could find it.
this is why you should always be prepared to have that shit up as well. Like I remember doing podcasts which was super awkward when someone would bring something up and they would have to find it. And
I
it's
found
like,
it.
Well, this is when we
yeah.
have to vamp.
Yeah.
It's by Original. I wonder if lacy tacos are a thing. Not women dressed in lace, but like actual tacos.
What?
Lacy
What?
tackles?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Like tacos, the food.
Tacos.
Tacos?
Taco. Oh yeah, tacos.
Tacos.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Lazy tacos?
what?
What?
Oh
my accent. Oh, come
Oh,
on, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
I didn't
lacy
even know
tacos
what a
doesn't
lacy
make much more
taco
sense
is.
either.
Lacy tacos. Like,
I don't know what to make of this.
Do
I
we
mean,
need to
neither.
Google this?
Lacy tacos.
I'm giving it. I just
I'm Googling
I
it.
just googled it. I'm getting places from Lacey, California that sells tacos. So I'm
getting
as
those
is
from
as
Lacey,
is typical with originals questions here. I'm just gonna pass.
Original's questions are completely original, apparently.
Wait.
Yeah.
Can you read it out again, Lewis?
Yeah, sure. In this, I'm already without my accent, or I'll try.
I love if you get like James Bond style and you're like totally different. Oh, yeah. Sorry, continue.
I wonder if lacy tacos are a thing. Not women dressed in lace, but like actual tacos.
Oh. I think
Is that
I
a
know what
question?
she's getting
Still don't
at,
get it.
but
Yeah, tell
I don't
me.
think lacy tacos are a thing. I think she's just asking if, like, tacos and lace are a thing. Because women
What
dress in
was
lace.
that?
I don't know.
Alex, pancakes.
Yeah.
The answer is
That's my-
Pancakes and
pancakes.
waffles.
Yeah, pancakes and waffles.
I'll go
I'm
with
okay with that.
sausages. I'll do the other breakfast food, sausage.
Bacon.
All right.
Tyler? Toast. Okay. So there you go. A full
Pancakes,
breakfast.
waffles, sausage, bacon, toast.
Fucking hell, I'm hungry now.
Next.
Well then, should I do
Next.
all the questions we have, because we don't have that many?
How many do we have?
3 more.
Let's
One
see
question
how long.
podcast.
Let's see how long this next question goes.
Okay, I'll ask one here that's probably gonna lead me to telling some stories. Gav asks, after I posted the whole thing, she asks, wait, I think I should read the thread because it will make more sense.
Yay.
So I wrote, here's where you can send any questions your little hearts desire. We'll answer them on the podcast, and your username shall be forever remembered on the internet, which may or may not lead you to world domination. Cool, right? And so Gav answers, yes, me please. Yes, okay. Can you please delete your fun cuck? Okay. And a little heart.
You can what? Your fun
Dilly your
cuck?
fun cuck. Lewis,
Delete my fun cuck.
Lewis, you
then.
know more about this than us. Can you please dilly your fun cuck for us, please?
Yeah.
I do not want to be part of this.
Gav, I can delete my fun cuck anytime we want.
Just
Oh my
FYI, we
God.
will not be posting links to dealing of fun cucks because I'm pretty sure
yeah.
that is NSFW.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
like the rest
no
of this
links.
podcast.
Just so you
Yes.
know, Dilly and Funkuk are things that happen during chats with people here. Dilly happened with Gav because she was gonna call me silly, and then she mistyped it, and so it came out as Dilly, and then she said, "Oh, let's keep it that way." And Funkuk is because one time Nick was so pissing drunk, and he tried to call me I'm not sure if I can say it on the podcast. But then he inverted the order of the letters. So just put the F in Funkuk where the C should be, and the C where the F should be. So there you go. That's what he was trying to call me, and then he messed up because he was drunk. And that's my sponsor tag on the RT website. It's Dilly Funkuk.
Interesting.
Which also sounds really dirty,
Also
so
very
that's why I
dirty.
said I can delete my fun cock anytime I want. So there you go.
Yep.
Now, can you guys delete your fun cocks? You know,
I don't
should
have a fun
Nope.
cuck.
require.
Terrible question.
No, I can't.
Terrible question.
Okay, so Gav, I'm the only one who can delete a fun cock.
Oh, wait, I thought you were asking the audience question, not asking us
Oh, no.
specifically.
I mean you guys.
Wait, were you
Because-
were you
I
thinking that
don't
he
know.
was asking Gav to dilly her fun cuck?
No, I thought he was
Wow.
asking
Like-
the
That's,
audience.
like a-
that's what I just got out of
I
it.
delete my fun cock, you delete your fun cock.
We're all getting different things out of this question, I think.
I think
This is
this
a
question-
complex question.
We should just leave this question to die.
No, come on, it was a good question. I liked it.
This makes me think of Dane Cook's little skit where he does about DJ Diddles.
DJ Diddles?
Nobody.
No, dude.
No.
Oh,
I don't like Dane Cook.
he's so funny though.
Some
Dane Cook.
days. Some days.
Anyway, so you know what? Let's just save the other two questions for later. So, Orangino and Gav, thank you so much for
See,
asking.
Gav?
Thank you.
Post more questions.
Can I
Yes.
just give someone a quick shout out? Just a very quick shout
No.
out at the end of this.
We
Yes.
can edit
It's
it
someone
out.
you all know, surprisingly. Because he's just given me a little shout out for being someone he's gone to recently after feeling like he's neglected everyone. Because he used to be a big part of the community and then he disappeared. But D. Blake has come back to this. Yeah, Team Type. He's come back to the
Team
site
Type.
and he's been trying to get in contact with everyone again. And apparently, the only two people that have really gotten in contact from his era of Rooster Teething was me and another person called Julia. And I think
Julia!
it's awesome.
Oh,
I
Julia.
think it's awesome.
Team
that-
Latin.
Yeah. That's already the effects of the safe room. We've brought back someone that was a huge part of the community. God knows, probably about 5 months ago. I'm just happy he gave me a shout out, and he was pretty open about his situation a few days ago. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I never knew him, but I was actually never really. I didn't know him. Well, I knew him, but I never
Personally.
really talked to him.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of excited when he came back because I knew some
Yeah,
of
I
the shit
never-
that went down, and it was just like he's a cool guy. I never had a problem with him. So
So,
That's cool.
I joked before that we could edit this out, so don't edit it out. And Blake, a huge shout out to you, sir. To you, Julia, Team Latin, for the win.
yeah, Julia.
TC. Oh God.
Shout
I'm
out.
gonna have to
Wait,
do
did you
shout
say-
outs.
Did you just yell your initials, Tyler?
No, that was
you
the thing
did.
that me and Julia had ages ago. Check out my page and look at the comments on my profile, and TC was the first thing written on there.
Yeah,
and I've
Tyler
yelled it
clap
randomly
him.
ever since. Yeah. It all
But
sprung
it's
from
your
Julia.
initial.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
If we're about to
Tyler's
wrap up, we need to
talking
ask
cray. Oh yeah,
an
so
audience
now
question.
should we?
We need more questions. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, please send us more questions. And you know what, Tyler, you do it. Ask something random.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tyler.
I
It's all
asked
on you.
something. I asked something random a little while ago on the first episode of your podcast, and
The
I
tailbone
want
question.
the
We
tailbone
answered that.
question. You answered that? Damn
Yeah,
it! I
we did.
didn't. My memory is fucking gone. But what
Vic
if
and I
it-
were in sync with our answers.
recently it's expanded? Would you
Ooh.
be happy if you actually had a tail, or would you think it would get in the way?
No.
So, audience,
Mm.
would you be happy with a tail, or would it get in the way? Find out next week for your answers.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everybody, for that.
Should we
I
answer
just
that
killed
one?
myself
yeah.
on Temple Run.
I thought that's what that noise was.
Yeah.
That-
Playing Temple
Tyler was like, "What was that?" And you go, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Lying through your teeth.
Oh my
She's
god,
so focused
guys.
on the podcast.
You guys, they have a character named, they have Bolt as a character now. Temple
Like
Run.
Usain Bolt?
Yeah!
Oh my god.
I thought you meant the Disney character at first. Oh my god.
No, they have. Oh my god. That's really funny. Yes, so I was playing Temple Run. Sorry guys.
It's cool. We forgive you. I'm
was
saying
paying
goodbye with my
attention.
mouth full of food, so.
What are you eating?
What? Stop eating that. Never mind.
Oh my god.
You know what I was thinking.
I knew where you were going.
Maybe.
You know.
Probably
you know where that was
raccoon
going.
spanking.
Okay,
Have you
well.
guys ever seen a raccoon
Alright.
spanking? Anyway,
I think
well then,
we're all wrapped up because this has been
Yeah,
We're done?
really long.
Sounds like
we're gonna start talking about raccoons banging, so we should
Alright.
put this up.
you're
Well-
gonna start talking about that, and we're gonna cut you out and be
Animal
done.
sex
Yeah.
is the end of this podcast, everybody.
As
We
always.
hope you enjoyed.
Thank you everyone for listening. I hope
Thank
you
you.
enjoyed, and
Thanks to
Bye.
Tyler
See
for
you
coming
later.
on.
No,
Bye.
Bye.
thank you so
Bye.
much, Tyler, for joining us.
Bye.
Bye,
Future me,
everybody.
I just want to
Bye,
apologize to
everybody.
yourself. That's all. I'm just
Bye,
apologizing to
everybody.
future me.
Bye.
Bye.
everybody.
I forgot that I changed my TeamSpeak here to German, so I forgot where the control was for a second. This podcast intro and outro music is provided to us by TDBTyler. You can find him on Rooster Teeth by searching for his name, TDBTyler, and looking for his group, Oh the Commanity, spelled O-H, exclamation point, THECOMMANATEE. You can also find more of his work on YouTube by searching for his channels, The Dropped Banana, all one word, and Oh the Commanity.